and become wind. Empty and become wind.
How were you able to control that spirit when no one else could?
As your father could tell you, I have spent my life studying the spirits and learning their ways. All of this knowledge is lost in the South, but I could teach you everything I know.
Revealing the unseen mysteries when everything ain't what it seems. It'll blow your mind outside you seek. You find the realms of possibilities. Connect with the infinite intellect to receive other positive energy. Reciting the sacred mantras to lift you to higher frequencies. Archives and constellations, star signs. When the planets align, new paradigms and paralyzed. From the visit of the succubus at nighttime. Hypnotized sometimes when the watchers fly to the sunrise. It'll set you free from the unbelief. It'll break your mind from the confines. Spirits leaving, changing seasons. Principalities undefeated over a certain region. Shamanic novice with knowledge, commune with higher beings with a deeper meaning. The reason Solomonic magic in Jesus with the cues of channeling demons. I'm thrown off sort of this portal to the paranormal. Hearing these voices speaking to me when spirit touches immortal. With a knife in my back and I bleed through the scars. As I am, you see through my flaws. Staring at the stars and the rhythm wars. Never open at the doors with the Ouija board.
Traveling the path where the past is destroyed. Arrive at 0 point, enter the void. This is fractal math, holographically enjoy. Darkness we can't avoid, enter the void. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Here. Into the void.
Enter the ritual, step in the temple, connect with the spiritual realm. Metaphysical to the etherical pathways beyond the physical world. You could ascend to the kingdom of heaven or sit and stay living in hell. Mystical, mystic and dark, a lyrical shaman lifting a spell. Witness the miracle, traveling beyond the body, see this is a show. And you in the third dimensional prism that got us imprisoned in cells. Sit between 4 and 20 elders, the split into 12s. Shh. You can hear them whispering if you listen it well. Came to awaken the ancient of days, man, I stay ringing the bell. Mythical note from the place where the wicked fell back to the kingdom of hell. Blessed with the wisdom performing the exorcism, the sins get expelled. So we are the demons and angels, balance the energies within yourself. I'm trying to find a path between the light and the dark. I'm writing to spark a link between the mind and the heart. We've gotta unite both sides before they divide us apart. Said we've gotta unite both sides before they divide us apart.
Traveling the path where the past is destroyed. Arrive at 0 point, enter the void. This is fractal math, holographically enjoy. Darkness we can't avoid, enter the void. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Into the void.
Now I'm good with nothing. Why y'all good for nothing? My 100,000 pedal loaders, dopamine over flooded. Stargate runnings, dragons out the dungeon. Magickai been summoned. Total destruction into a vacuum suction. Conjunction, junction, that's my function. Through a star cluster in a maritime custom. Stellar dust encrusted, I ain't touching your disgusting judgments. We rise above it, enjoying the void. Source of pure joy, no more discussion.
Once you get to the South Pole, then what happens?
You will open an ancient spirit portal.
I'm sorry, what now?
At the South Pole, there is a portal that connects our world to the spirit world. But it has long been closed.
And that's why the evil spirits are attacking?
There are no evil spirits. There's light and dark in them all. But when they're unbalanced, the darkness takes over. If you can open the portal in time, balance will be restored.
What do you mean, in time?
There's a reason the Glacier Spirits Festival ends on the winter solstice. And that's when the spirit world and the physical world are close together. Only then can the Avatar open the portal.
The winter solstice is tomorrow.
Exactly. And we can't afford to wait another year.
Traveling the path where the past is destroyed. Arrive at 0 point, enter the void. This is fractal math, holographically enjoy. Darkness we can't avoid, enter the void. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Into the void.
I found true freedom. I am no longer bound to this earth by worldly desires. I have entered the void.
This for. And we're live. Hey.
Live.
Yeah. This is
He got the belt on him. Okay. People chant.
Yes, sir. Motown connection right here. And we got a couple people in the chat too from Motown. Shout out.
What up?
Yeah. I am so excited to have this conversation. And I was thinking about how am I going to introduce this guy that I know since elementary school. And
Seriously.
That's the best way of explaining it. It's the guest that we have. I've known this man since we were little boys at Alfred Bell.
I was thinking that, bro. Oh, Alfred Bell. Yes, my bad. Go ahead, finish. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Alfred Bell, where we met each other, and just this guy has been a brother in my life for so long, and I love because this conversation we're gonna have. It's sort of like as if him and I are having a phone conversation.
Yeah,
to catch up where we left off, but. This man has always made an impact with what he does, and he's definitely in that power of serving. Mm-hmm. And there's so many different things I remember him just serving, from working with both of our best friend T.
Grizzle, what up?
At the South for mentoring kids, helping to mentor kids, and also helping to mentor kids at Caldwell Playground. We're part of the brothers group. Men's group with Bullock and Jeff.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Where else? Well, I could just go so many different places, but let me do the formal introduction. And I'm gonna let you do the introduction.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, his name is Tyquan Griffin. And Ty was born on July 20th, 1985, at the same hospital that I was born at.
You ready, though?
About 2 months before him.
Word up.
And he grew up and lived in Morristown for most of his life. So he's been working in the field and with people who are diagnosed with developmental disabilities for about 15 years. Within these years, he has earned an associate's degree from the County College of Mars and a bachelor's degree in psychology at Kean University, and also a master's degree in psychology with specialization in ABA, Applied Behavior Analysis, from Capella University. Right now, he is currently in pursuit of becoming a BCBA, Board Certified Behavior Analyst. He is also a part owner of a day program known as Developmental Disability Awareness with Love, or D.D.A.W.L, which is growing fast, and he's happy and proud for that. And with all that being said, one can see that working in this field is a love and passion of his, and he plans on continuing his work in the field and supporting his lovely and beautiful population. And the other part that wasn't in there, he's an author.
I sometimes forget to put that in there. I forget to put that in.
We're gonna talk about all these things.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, Tyquan Griffin.
Word. What's going on, Dell? What's going on?
Yeah.
How y'all doing, Kai and Dell? Okay. How's everything?
Great, sir.
What's up, man? That's what's up, man. I think about the story growing up. I mean, because, we was close since we clicked when we was young. And, growing up where I grew up, we always kept the door locked. You know what I mean? And it was one time, I swear, one time in my life that my mom left the door unlocked. This is one time. And all of a sudden we hear, boom. Ayo, Quan, because that's what they call me, Quan. Ayo, Quan. I come out, peek around the corner of my room, and Cardell standing in my hallway like, yo. I was like, yo, how'd you get in here? My mom was like, who is that in the hallway? I'm like, it's Cardell, Ma. It's cool. It's Cardell. She's like, all right, well, I was just one time. It was one time in my life the door was unlocked, and here come Cardell kicking in. He never left the door unlocked again.
Did you get an ass whooping after that?
Nah, I was good. Nah, we was straight. She was like, yo, she was like, you better tell Cardell to knock next time. I said, well, you usually lock the door, man. I ain't even, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And shout out to
That's
Miss
just
Lori.
one story. And that's the innocent story. We're gonna leave it at that's good.
Yeah, man. We gotta keep it PG, man. We got tons of stories. Let's keep it PG. And speaking about stories, want to definitely get into your journey from just your mission and the reason why you do what you do. To get more into it, and what led you to be able to like make the decision to step into what you stepped into right now.
The crazy thing about it is, and I've said this, so it'll be me kind of reiterating myself, is I always knew I was going to be like helping people, like psychology was kind of a thing, but I never knew where I was going to end up. And I never planned on being where I am. This wasn't my plan. As you know, outside of this, like I do music, blah, blah, blah. I play ball, like, you know what I mean? Like my plan was never to be where I'm at right now. Like it was either you like go overseas and play basketball, do music, or, you know, but the way, you know what I mean? The thing you start to learn as you get older is if you go with what you're supposed to, kind of like God's plan, you'll see what happens. I kind of went with the flow of the way my life was taking me. And, you know, I started working with this population probably like when I was like 18 or something. I'm 35 now. And all of a sudden, like, it just went from there. I became a behaviorist. And then like one day, literally, I was at the Arc of Mars with a lady who is now my business partner, and we were doing activities, and she came up to me and was like, you know, she goes, it's crazy. You see all of this, da 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 da. You know, we could do this, and da da da. And I looked at her, and I was like, we can. And she was like, what? I said, no, you just put a seed into the wrong person if you didn't want to go do something about this. I said, no, we can. So then paperwork in a year, literally like a year later, here we are, you know, starting at a completely different place at our starter building, which is down the street or whatever. We started the business and, you know, things picked up quick, and then they went down just as quick because of COVID, obviously. And like now they're kind of at we're doing pretty good. We're at like a level base, but now we're in 2 buildings that are right next to each other. We have like a back, like a whole parking lot, like different rooms for everybody, like art room. We actually have like an exercise area. We have like a theater room. Like we have a bunch of different things and activities for, you know, these people to do when they come here. So like I guess the biggest thing is it was not planned. It was not in my plans at all to do this. But here I am, and you know, I love what I do. Even though, you know, I'm about to get back into the music now that this is kind of established. Now we can kind of like, all right, we good. Let's go back to the passion, the other passion and love. You know what I mean? But for now, you know, this like to be honest, it was never planned. But I'm not, you know, sad about it happening. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Yeah, man.
Powerful.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's right on point, because who can raise their hand and say my life went exactly how I planned, how my life was going to go?
You know what I mean? For real.
Life's a journey to get that information and step into that calling, like you said, what God determined for you to do, that higher calling for you. But now you're like, okay, I'm doing this. Also, I'm about to get back into my music and have fun and be able to do it that way.
You kind of go, all right, I did it. Now can I? I did what I was supposed to. Now can I have some fun?
Yeah. I want to learn more about your business.
All right, cool.
More about that. Just the picture and the vision, the collective co-creation that you and your partner decided to do with this. Like, hey, we can do this. What exactly was this that you guys decided to do, and your mission and what it's about?
Good. So I actually have 2 partners. The one, her name is Marisa. That's the lady that planted the seed in my head. And then the other guy's name is Michael Sabino. That's one of my good friends. You probably know him, Dell. That's the homie. That's one of my good friends, and he's our other partner. But, you know, our mission is to differ from other day programs. And I mean, to be plain and simple, we want to be different because all you hear about and all you see are like, if you walk into a day program, you just see people kind of sitting there banging their heads against the like, you know what I mean, and like sitting in one spot for the day, and you know, or you hear about like abuse and all of this other stuff, and we kind of just wanted this to be a place where they can come to escape. I don't want to force you to do anything you don't want to do, so I'll give you the option, or you know, your parents know what you like to do. We give them the option of, you know, different things when outside is open, because we primarily like to keep them into the community, and we do that on purpose because not only is it better for them, but it's for people out in the community who don't understand what's going on. So I want to put them in the community so that they can adjust to you, but you can adjust to them too. It's not just them. They're not the only ones that need to adjust, which a lot of people don't realize. Because, like, if you read my book, in my book, there's a part where the people go to the mall and like the person is having a behavior, is what we call behaviors, when they act out because they can't express themselves. So they'll do something negative no matter where they're at. They might, you know, hit, they might scream, they might fall to the floor and bang on the floor and scream or whatever it might be. But what people don't understand is when they do that, you're not helping by running over, taking your phone out, taking pictures, taking videos, calling the police. You know, not, if you want to help, you walk up to the person who's standing there probably having a panic attack themselves because they see everybody with phones and stuff, and ask them if they need help. I'm probably sure they'll tell you, no, it's okay, but they'll appreciate that over the police having to come over a situation that they most likely have handled. You know what I mean? Because most of the time with this population is, you got to let them get it out. If I'm out and somebody drops and screams, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to be like, you let me know when you're ready. That's what it is. Let me know when you're done. And other people around me might not be comfortable with that, but you have to adjust. That's not fair to this person. This is how they react. This is their way of expressing themselves. I'm not worried about these people. Y'all go ahead somewhere. I'm good. I'm going to sit here with my client and we're going to figure this out. And after I figure this out, we're going to walk out of this place in peace. What it is. But, you know, a lot of people, and that's like, I know we're not on the part of the book yet, but that's primarily like why I made the book, because, and why I made it the way I made it. I made it for children, but it's not really just for children. I made it easy read for everybody. But I think it starts at a young age. If you can get people the knowledge at a young age of what's happening, when they come about our age, when they see stuff like that, they're like, oh, I read about this. Oh, I know, or I've been around this. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you know, like, so I definitely, I made it an easy read for everybody. The only reason, like I said, I made it for children is because I don't want people not to introduce this book to children, because it speaks about emotions. It speaks about things that they deal with too, that they probably don't know how to control yet. So it goes in a lot of different bases. But to answer your question, I just wanted to be different from everybody else, because I've worked at day programs. I've worked at group homes. I've done this. I've heard parents complain. I've heard, you know, other people complain about like how day programs aren't this and how day programs are this and what happens and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, we just wanted to set the bar somewhere. You know what I mean? We like, all right, cool. This is where everybody else at. Well, we're going to be here. And when you get here, you're going to understand why we're here and everybody else is going to be down here. You know what I mean? And we're only 2 years in, so we're just getting started.
I love it. I love it.
Yes, sir.
And for those of you who may not have known, and what your response is a universal response that we can take into light for all aspects of our lives. But for those of you who don't know, I mentioned it before earlier in the podcast that Ty, he made a book called Billy Has Autism. And
I should have sent y'all a copy. I gotta get you one.
Yeah. So what he's talking about, he's bringing awareness to the situation of what some children go through, and it's their own things that they're going through. But just because we're different doesn't mean we get treated different. People also have the right to have space held for them when they're going through their stuff collectively. Exactly. It's like the universal concept of do as to others as you want to do unto yourself. And also some people or all of us, we would like to have more patience, like people being patient with us. And these people and these beautiful children and also adults and people who have this situation, or even the parents who deal in this situation, just getting a better understanding. And this allows this, like you said, the community, how we can be able to understand each other to a deeper level and have that conversation. And like you mentioned, like at the mall coming up and say, hey, do you need some help? That panic attack type of thing, and like holding space for somebody while having that type of attack, that's monumental. And that's what really being of service is about.
Yeah, exactly. I agree 100%. 100%.
Well, shout out to everyone who's watching. Also, my cousin Betty is watching. It's great to have you here. She has a shop that's dedicated to awareness
Awesome.
on autism. So that's just one of the expressions. It was great that you got the book. Love to know more about like the business and what that looks like.
Okay, yeah. So like looks like physically, like really looks like. Because I mean, I got my phone. I mean, if you want to see what it looks like, I could.
This is what I love. Candid interview.
See, this is. Hey T, what's up? You gonna say hi to the people? You gonna if I look, say hi, wave, say hi everybody.
Hey T. Hey.
Hey. This is like an art room, and when I said we have like the theater room. This is like the theater room. As you see, we got the thing back here. We got the speakers and stuff. She's all right. She's good. And then this is just one building. I'll give y'all a tour of one building. You know, we got my man Eric. We got my man over here hanging out with my business partner. This is my business partner, Marisa. This is the one that sparked the whole thing. She did it.
I lit the fire. I knew where to light the fire.
And then like over here we got like, and we got those because you need them. Then we got the washer and dryer in here, and we moved a bunch of stuff over from the other building into here. And then like this is one of the newer buildings, so I'll show you the exercise room, and then I guess I'll go back to where I was. But you know, since we spoke about it, you wanted to see the physical, I could show you. No problem. I have no problem with that. Hold on. Got to turn the other light on. There we go. All right. So if you go downstairs, we got the exercise room.
Wow.
For everybody. And if you got a little anger, you can come punch the bag. We got the gloves down here. The jumping trampoline. And you know, just for the most part, like they love to come down here just to get like on the treadmill. But once it gets nice out, we'll go out for walks because we have a pretty big parking lot that we can cone off and walk and stuff. So, you know, but for the most part, that's one building, and then the other building is just it's across the way, and it has 2 floors just like this one, but it's more like arts and craftsy over there, and like book rooms and puzzle rooms and stuff like that. And then like I don't know if you can even see it, but that's like the parking lot back there. And we got swings on the trees and stuff like that, which you know they love to kick it and swing, and to have the space to just do whatever they like. Because like I said, we cone off a lot of the parking lot when it's warm out, so somebody stands by the cones and they kick it.
Wow.
So,
yeah. That was the very first virtual tour that we got. That was amazing.
It was like our Daily Magic Cribs.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all got a new segment on the show now. You can do So yeah. But that's like I said, that's one building. And one thing, you know, that we're trying to do differently is most people, when they come to a program, like, are kind of forced to do activities that they don't want to do, which obviously is going to cause a behavior. Like, I don't want to do that, but they can't express to you that they don't want to do that, but you can tell that they don't want to do that. But since it's on their, you know, on the activity sheet, they're expected to do it. I tell my staff, if he doesn't want to do it or she doesn't want to do it, you don't force them to do it. They're grown people. They make choices. If you were out and somebody was coloring and somebody was playing basketball and they were like, yo, go color, and you didn't want to color, are you going to color? No, you're going to go play basketball. So it doesn't make sense for us or anybody else to force, you know, this population or whomever to do anything that they don't want to do. So that's one really big thing that we have that I try to instill here. Like we're not doing that. And I tell parents from the jump, you know, look, this is a place for them. So if you're coming here with the understanding that we're doing things based off what, you know, the majority like to do, and we'll learn about what your specific loved one, you know, likes to do, and we'll add that in. And, you know, whatever they like to do, they do. Whatever they don't like to do, we don't force them to do, which is, this is a kind of a new concept. Most people probably won't admit it, but for the most part, if it's on the activity sheet at any other place, you're getting like forced to do that activity, but it's really not fair when you think about it. And like I said, it's because.
Okay. You're muted.
We lost your audio.
Here?
Now I can hear you.
Okay, my brother was calling me. My bad. I'm on my cell phone. Actually, that's why I
Booby?
Yeah, yo. He should be watching. I don't know why. He said my bad. He just texted me. He said my bad podcast.
Booby.
Oh man. But yeah, he works here too, but he's just not here at the moment. But yeah, he works here too. Now, and that's another thing about me. As you know, Dell, like I try to look out. So when I first started, like obviously I could have probably went ahead and like, yo, let me just do this by myself. But I saw bigger things for things for other people that I love. And I just extended my hand and was like, yo, let's do this together. You know what I mean? And you grow from there. That's how you really grow, especially in a business. You start off with that. And then when other people start to come, they see the example that you want them to see. And that's how you just continue to rub off on people the right way. So I hired people here that I knew I could trust, that I knew would do the right things. And now that we're, you know, as we grow and we get bigger, we continue to hire people and they're just rubbing off on everybody else. So eventually when it's time for me to step out and go ahead and do what I need to do and kick it, kick back somewhere, I know that everything is in good hands. You know what I'm saying? So,
wow.
Yeah, man.
You dropped some magical nuggets right there.
Yeah, word.
You want to drop the sound effect real quick for a magical bomb you just dropped?
Word. Boy.
Had to drop that because of what you just said was profound.
That's
meaning you had an idea, your business, and you didn't do it by yourself.
Yeah.
You set the space and realized that it's bigger than just you. This mission was greater than you, but also you didn't have to do it alone.
Yeah.
It's something that a lot of us will be potentially lean towards is trying to do it for ourselves.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot harder to do it by yourself compared to finding a team who's resonating with that same mission, that same idea, but also the people, like you said, that you knew can fit well and expand with it, like hiring your brother, those type of things. It makes things so much easier for you, but also like,
you know what? But also though, you have to be careful with that too.
Oh yeah.
Because at the same token, it's people that will try to take advantage. But you know me, and I'm very outspoken. I'm not playing that. So I'm gonna tell you how I feel. And they'll tell you too. I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Now, if I hurt your feelings, I apologize. You know what I mean? But this is what needs to happen. This is what needs to be. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. It is what it is. Point blank. Sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but this needs to be said, and this is how it needs to be done, and blah blah blah. You could take it for what it is. You could get angry at me tonight. I'm gonna sleep well regardless. I promise. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not. You have to kind of establish a thing too. And you know what? To be honest, my next venture though, I'll probably test it out and see what I can do, But once it gets up and running, I'm not against like expanding to my friends and family, And also, I always tell them if they wanted, like the people that work with me, not even my employees, the people that work with me, whatever. I'm not even, whatever. We all on the same level. If I say, I told them, if you ever want to start something, I'm not gonna feel a type of way about it. Actually, I'll help you, like, because that's how it needs to grow. You started here. This is where you started. Now you're gonna take what you learned here and go somewhere else, open your own thing, taking the same principles that you learned from here, and boom, just start a whole row of that's fine. Like, I'm cool with that, So.
That's selfless service as well, and
Yeah,
being
man.
okay with, and that's how that same energy. If that could be in every single other situations besides like business, let's say like with friendships, relationships, everything, just knowing when the time is set for that to expire, to move on.
Yeah, exactly.
One of those issues potentially could be holding on to something longer than you need to hold on to it, or feeling resentment because the time expired on something and somebody moved on. And the way that you are, it's rare out there in the world for like bosses to be like that way. But there are heart-centered bosses like yourself.
Yeah.
When the person is ready to move on, it's sort of like when the eagle is starting to fly, let the eagle fly instead of like not trying to like break the wings. Like, wait, no, we break your wings and you stay here.
Yeah, especially in this field. If you're doing what I'm doing, you make money, but it's not about the money, because you don't make like a lot of money. You make money, but it's, from what I say, you know how people say it's enough money out here for everybody. Well, it's enough people out here that need help. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? So let's get together. Let's do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think when I left where I was, I was honest with my boss about what I was going to do. Like, and I was a behaviorist for a day program at this point. I wasn't upfront with her from the beginning when I started, because I didn't know how she would react. I wasn't too big. But when I was leaving, I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. And I told her straight up, I want you to realize that I'm taking some of the stuff that I learned from here, and I'm going to do my own thing. So, and I said, I hope we could keep a relationship where, because there's gonna be some times where I can't handle, based on whatever, I might not be able to have this client. Guess where I'm going to send them? To you. And I hope that you would think me the same way. I'm not sure if it happens that way, because like you said, everybody doesn't think that way.
Yeah.
But till this day, if I know I can't, support the person the way the person needs to be supported, because my business is still fairly new or whatever, I'll send them right her way. So
that's another magical moment that you just shared.
Yeah, man.
In which, like, for me, the way that I took it is there's abundance out there for all of us, type of thing. We don't need to like try to hold on to somebody who's not a fit for us for the fear of not being able to receive those type of stuff. And for you being able to shift that, like, oh, this person's not a fit for what I'm doing, but they're a fit for this person. I'm going to give it to this person.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this person's not a fit for me, but I'm going to still keep them here.
Yeah. I'm not going to send them off and be like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if I got information, so let me give you this information. I can set you up with a support coordinator, and if I can't do that, I could at least set you up with a place to go where they can probably suggest a better support coordinator, or even take you here as a client, and you'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
That's my next question too, because especially for people out there who may be looking for this type of programs and stuff for their children or what, or whoever in their life that could benefit from this. What is a fit for you, for somebody that would fit for what you're offering for your business?
I mean, for me, it would more so be like right now, it's easier to say what I can't, because I take like mostly anything, but as of right now, the only thing that I can't accommodate for, and the only reason that I won't take it, is because I know that I can't accommodate for it, because my bathrooms aren't big enough, and like I wouldn't be able to give them the comfort that they need, or people who like are in wheelchairs, and that's just for now, because as we expand, I am going to get a bigger building with ramps and, you know, everything like that, so that I can accept these people. But I need to build on that and start where I needed to start. But other than that, you can bring the worst behavior here. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that, because I'm a help. We're gonna change that behavior. Like, I ain't worried about it. Trust you me. I'm not worried about no behaviors. I'm not worried about. They always, oh well, he does this. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. We're gonna figure this out. You know what I'm saying? I do have parents who be willing to say, like, yeah, you know, working with, you know, Ty, like, you know, he's, you know, done this for my child. He's done that for my child, because mainly, like I said, the behaviors are about expressing themselves. And once you are learning what they want and how to help them express it, the behaviors can subside most of the time. They come down. So, but like I said, the only thing is, honestly, as of right now, is essentially like wheelchairs, and maybe just wheelchairs, because I'm not even worried about the behavior support plans. I'm good with that, because like I said, I'm on my way to being a BCBA, which is the board certified, you know, analyst. But the only thing is, like, for certain things you have to be certified already. So if you come here and the guy has what they call a level 3 behavior support plans, which means like he has behaviors out the wazoo, I would have to have a behavior BCBA on staff, or at least come in like once every couple months, just to update the behavior support plan, which is why I'm doing my hours now, so we won't need that. You know what I mean? That eliminates that, because now I'm the person who's going to be signing off on that and doing all of this stuff, because I can write the behavior support plans. It's just that I'm not certified yet. So we'll get that done. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. I wanted to bring some awareness to, like, just from you sharing in this conversation leading up to this moment of just you showcasing your magic, the magic that you have.
Appreciate that.
And of course, our shows are daily magic, but the magic that you have of being able to shift these behaviors, or holding space to allow these shifts to happen, in which you say, hey, I don't care who shows up, whatever behavior they're dealing with, I can help them.
My wife calls me the autism whisperer. I was like, what? Because she like witnesses it, and she's like, she'll look and she'll see like half of the people that are like in the room can't even understand like what's going on, like what the person is saying. I'm sitting here with the person having a conversation, and the whole thing of the whole behavior of the person is just like shifted. And she's like, how? Like, what did you just? I'm like, like I said, like, that's why I guess I was, like I said, this wasn't my plan, but it's like, this is why I'm here. I'm here. I am where I am. You know, there's a reason for everything. So
yeah, man. And I'm pretty sure like doing those things for you is pretty effortless as well. Like, meaning like you don't have to put like so much into it, thinking like, oh my God, like, how do okay, this is happening. How do I do this? How do I do this? It's just like you.
Yeah, because it's the best thing you can do for yourself is put yourself in a situation where you're not at work. You know what I mean? Like that's I'm not working. Like, I'm here and I'm doing stuff for people that I would probably be doing elsewhere, but I wouldn't be the boss. But now I'm not only the boss, but I'm the person working with the behaviors. And it's like the only struggle is honestly COVID, and the fact that the state is closed, programs down, and financially that kind of took a bit of a hit. But I'm also, as you know, Dell, you can punch me in my face, but I'm probably gonna get back up. Like, that's cool. Like, there's a 99% chance I'm gonna get back up, and it's just like, I'm not that type of person who, I'm not staying down. So COVID came along, and it tried, good try, nice effort, but we're still here, and from, I'm gonna make sure that we're gonna be here afterwards to thrive. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's the only real situation you have, like, or that we've had really, is COVID, and the fact that you know, I haven't said this publicly too, but that when it first came about, I had COVID, and I honestly, my wife was like, she didn't think I had the worst symptoms. Like I had everything bad. And my wife was like, yo, I don't know. Like she every day she was like, I'm just afraid you're not gonna wake up, blah, blah, blah. Wow. I had 103.5 temperature. I had chills. I had all of the symptoms that you see that they say. I had every last one of them. But my body was like, nah, man. Like, we're not letting this happen. Like, the thing about COVID that I learned from having it is if the longer you sit down, the worse it becomes. Because it's a lung thing, like, right? Like they say when you get in the hospital, they have to breathe for you, and the fluid builds up in your lungs. So my body, it's not me. I can't, you know what I mean? My body was like, nah, I slept for like 2-3 hours, and then I just walked around. My body was like, nah, bro, like you're not sitting down. You're not doing that. I had to walk my dog because my wife wasn't beat. She was like, no, you can still, you know, go. She like, no, but the worst part was we had just had a baby. She was 2 months old, and I'm sitting here with COVID, and my wife is like, listen, we got to do something because I can't. And I'm like, yo, I got you. I understand, you know, I got my mask. Like, let's do this. Like, we go. But around 4:30, 5 o'clock every night, that's when, like, I got punched in the face. Like, my temperature would go up. I would curl up in the corner and have my little blanket because it was like freezing even though it's 80 degrees, I'm freezing, yo. And it would happen from like 4 to like around like 8. And throughout the night, I would feel terrible, but I couldn't sleep. My body was not letting me sleep. And like, again, I think that was for a reason. You know, the people that I know, like I said, that went to the hospital, when they sit there, things, you know, the fluid builds up in your lungs and things get worse. So the best thing you could do for yourself is to move around. So, you know, I was doing that. And I can't, because my doctor told me it was the flu. He goes, it's flu-like symptoms. So I'm good. And I'm going home, and I'm with, thank God, my family didn't catch COVID. Like, that's, you know, blessing in disguise. I don't care what y'all say. I'm vaccinated, bang, hand down, got my second shot. I feel great. I'm good. I got my second shot on Sunday. I'm fine. Nothing, you know what I mean? But that's neither here. That's a whole nother conversation, because you see how people talk about, that's a whole nother conversation. But, you know, so with that being said, like, COVID, you know, like I said, my doctor has said I had flu-like symptoms. I had flu-like symptoms, and I went home, and on day 11, I called him back like, bro, this ain't the flu. Like, it's like it's been 11 days. And I said it just like that, like, yo, doc, like, yo, bro, this ain't the flu. It's been 11 days. It gotta be, you know what I mean? Something, this new COVID, whatever, it's gotta be, because this is when it was first came out. So he said, come in. He sent me to take the test. And again, I'm glad that they do it through the window, because I might have punched that lady, because she put that thing all the way to my brain. And she started twisting it, and I was like, oh, and the window, she did it through the window of my car. And I was like, that was smart, because I might have react like, oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Like, yeah, my bad. And then like a day later, I got the results, and it said I was positive.
Yeah.
But the funny part about it is how they really got this thing down to a science, because on day 14, I tell you no lie, I jumped from like 30% up to like 75%. Like, it was going away. Like day 14, it was literally day 14. I was like, this is amazing. Like day 14, like, you know, most of the time you can't trust people. Like, let's be real. You can't trust what people say, especially, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. The government be wilding, whatever. You know what I mean? You gotta, but they had this down to a little bit of a science. And I was 100% by day 21, but on day 14, I started feeling better. And we were home anyway. So, you know, like, everything was shut down at this time. So I had quarantined for more than, 2 weeks. I was quarantined for almost like 3 months. We was all shut down. Yeah. The day programs were shut down. Everything was shut down. But to say the least, I came out, even stronger, you know what I'm saying, than I was before. And again, it's just blessings after blessing after blessing. Even though you won't, if you see me on a regular daily day, I might be like, I'm annoyed or blah, blah, blah. I know that I'm blessed. I know that. I might not say it every day, but I do know my wife, my kids, my business, you know, the apartment that I have, you know, things that people don't have and would love to have. The fact that I could just eat at night, you know what I'm saying? It's little things that people don't. The fact that I can walk. Hell, my mom is blind. I can see. Like little things like that, you know what I'm saying? Like little things like that, people don't even think about. You know what I'm saying? I do appreciate, even though you, like I said, you might see me on a regular day or talk to me and I'm like, yo, I'm tired. I'm fed up, blah, blah, blah. My soul tired. But I do understand. I do understand that I'm blessed. And I just, you know, want everybody to know that, you know, you take your blessings and you run with them, and to understand that you aren't expected to be. Some people, you aren't expected to be perfect. I can't say that because some people expect me to be Superman. I'm like, you know, I'm human, right? I'm human. So I get tired sometimes, or I get an attitude. You know what I mean? Like I get those things because, hi, I'm Ty. I'm human. I'm a human being. So I get those things. So you really can't beat yourself up when you feel like down, or you might have snapped on this person, or you might have did this. The only thing you can do is try to fix the situation and love yourself, and you know, unconditionally, and just realize that everything, you know, isn't gonna be okay all the time, but you know, you got to take it for what it is and appreciate the little things that you do have, because you're good, somebody else will get it, but but yeah, like, so just appreciate the little things that you do have, and know that, you know, you are blessed, and continue to do what you can to help others and help yourself, you know. That's it, man. Yeah, you know, we come a long way, Dell. We come a long way, bro. And I mean, it's great because you can contest, because you've been there, like, throughout my whole, like I said, we met when we was like 6 or 7. We're both 35 now, bro. It's like, well, you about to be 36.
Yeah. Yeah, 36 a couple months before you, man.
Yeah, exactly. You old,
youngin,
old man.
You
old man,
youngin,
bro. You old. You 36.
Yeah. Youngins, man. That 2 months of experience as a baby is a lot.
Yeah, what? Word up. Word up. Now you gotta hold the bottle like this. Hold like this.
Yeah. Also, the bottle came out. I was doing the goos and the cuckoos, and
you know what I mean? Or you cuckoo like this. God. Man. Yeah, man. But you like I said, man, you've been there through the whole thing. You know what I mean? So you know what it is, bro. You know what I mean? That's why it's cool to talk to you, because I could talk to anybody, but it's different when you're talking to somebody who actually was there, you know, for the majority of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So that's a powerful point right there, in which having a conversation with somebody who's been on the journey with you from where you were, like we talk about elementary, but like the whole journey in between to where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Because I see you and that's how I see everybody. I see you how you are in this present moment. And what can happen, and it's something for myself that I had to get over, is a fact in my journey of the lessons that I was learning about my own journey. I've done some stuff that I'll talk about. I look back and I'm like, I wouldn't have done it that way that I did it before, because a lot of people heard and things like that. But it's like the thing that I integrated more is how I am right now is how I am right now. How it was before is not how I was before. And people who may have seen me in that part of my journey for where I was in certain moments, they may have this vision of me as that person still in that moment, but it's their thing. And at first I thought, I gotta like prove to these other people I'm a changed person, but it's like, I don't need to prove anything, man.
Nah, yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah, not word. I mean, because it was funny, because I saw when you first started, and I'm on Facebook, like, I look like, is Cardell? All right, okay, so let me watch. I'll sit back, I'm sitting there like, all right. And then I see, you know, you met Kai, and so I'm like, oh, wow, look, okay, all right. I'm watching. I'm watching from a distance, because I'm looking at, and I'm like, and so all of a sudden, you started to become, what's your title? It's like when you and Steve, because you do the same thing as Steve.
Who?
Steve
Yeah. Well, yeah, well, the same field but different flavors, but like
different flavors, but like the same feel. So y'all got like the same title. So
yeah.
I see you doing that, and I'm like, yo, that's a whole one. Because you know, people say 360, but does that make sense if you come back?
Yeah. But then just think about it. Think about this 360 concept though, because like you go back to like see this other side of things, but then you come right back around. Yeah. You come back around a completely different person. So
that's the integration.
I feel like
I got you, because I'm like I prefer to say a 180 because I'm not going back that way. I turned around, I'm going this way. So I'm not even going to keep going. I'm stopping. I'm going back this way. I'm going this way. I'm not going back that way. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah. It's like turning around, get a new perspective for all these things that we experience in our life.
Yeah.
Lead up to the moment and start to push forward with those things and being okay with it to integrate, because my belief is the stuff that we go through in life and we're able to overcome, we overcome them so that we can be able to teach people who are going through the similar situations, of just showing them that there's actually hope, because when we were in those situations, we felt hopeless. I felt hopeless. There's no other way of doing this thing.
No, it's true. And it's bad too, because I built up I kind of built up this thing in me where I don't need help. Like don't offer. If I don't ask, don't offer, you know, and it's really bad. It's really bad because like I know people that I deal with now whose family are like highly involved, and it's awesome. But I didn't have that luxury growing up. I was the man of the family. So when stuff went down, my mom was working however many jobs she was working, and you know, something was needed. Once I started working, you know, I took over like bills and blah blah blah. So I had to figure it out. So that's my thing now. I'm gonna figure it out. I don't care. Like, don't offer me help. Now that I'll go work 3-4 jobs, blah blah blah. But it's stupid. But it's in me, and I got to get over that. That's one thing I got to work on. If you ask me what I have to work on, is that like I need to learn to accept help, because I don't like, and it's bad that you see it, but I don't like people having stuff to hang over my head, or like being able to be like, well, I did this for you. If you know, like I did that for you. I don't like that. Like, I don't want you to be able to say you did something for me, because I've experienced in the past where I've allowed people to do stuff and it's blown back in my face. Like, well, I did that for you. Oh, you're going to throw it in my face. Like, I haven't done nothing for you. I don't like that. But, you know, not everybody's like that. And I got to kind of get over myself with that whole aspect of it. But it's hard because, as you know, like growing up, my dad, I love him, you know, God rest his soul, but he wasn't involved in my life. It was my mother, you know what I mean? And once I got of age to work, I know I went and I worked, you know what I mean? I started helping with the bills, paying the rent, all of this stuff. So by the time people grew up to have to do that, I was already flowing. Like, y'all just starting, no, bro, I've been doing this since I was 14. Like, what you mean? Like, this ain't nothing for me. But it also hindered me a little bit because I don't like to accept help in certain situations. So crazy, man. Craziness.
Question for you.
Yes, sir.
Is where would you accept help at in the moment right now?
Where do I need help right now?
What would you be willing to accept help with right now?
Probably stuff more so for the day program. You know what I mean? Like donations as far as like books, you know, puzzles, whatever, you know, things of that sort. I'm like at home right now. Like in the past, I probably would have said maybe at the house or whatever, but right now we good. You know what I mean? My wife is defending her dissertation next week to become a doctor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Woo!
She'll be a doctor in psychology. So she have her ID. The one of the biggest things we all like celebrating is she just finished her last school payments. Oh, like, thank God! Like, yeah, like so that helps out a lot. So I give her all of her, you know, do just, you know, proud of her, love her, glad that she stuck with it, because there was times when she wanted to quit and she didn't, and now she's here where she's about to defend her dissertation and be Dr. Griffin. Matter of weeks, you know. So but I guess like help just I guess at the program for the most part, just so I can have more things for for my consumers here, you know, when they come back and stuff like that. You know, I want to make sure the books you're stocked, and we got puzzles for them. We got the games, you know. I got more Wii games because they love to do the dance thing on the Wii. You know, it's great. If you ever catch me going live once we open, you'll see. Because we be dancing, we be doing karaoke, like we do the whole thing, like everybody's having a good time. But yeah, it would just probably be our program, man, for the most part. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
There we go. Now you brought to awareness of what you like to, or what you'd be willing to accept for help in the moment.
Yes, sir.
So the way I like to do it is, all right, what's next? How are you going to accept that help?
I don't know. I guess somebody has to offer. Or
have you asked about it?
You get, have I asked for it? No, I haven't. You're right. No, I haven't put it out there. I haven't done anything with that. You know, as of right now, that's like a ongoing thing, because the next shift is group homes, and that's what I'm working on right now. So I don't have, like, not that I don't have the time, but I need to make the time. I guess you could say that, hey, you know, it only takes like a couple, you know, fingers. Hey, you know, donate here. I got a whole website and everything like that. You can put the address. But right now I've been working on, or, you know, we've been working on getting our first group home up and running, getting licensed, you can say, to have a group home. It's a process to get licensed, go get the group home, get the people in the group home. So yeah, so we're working on expanding. So I haven't really thought about stopping to ask for like those things, but yeah, you're right. That's what I can do, is actually put it out there and, you know, ask for those things. Definitely.
Yeah. And then another question for you, like you said, make the time.
Yeah.
How much time do you need?
Probably like 5 minutes, yo. Real talk.
So when can you make 5 minutes this week to actually make that post? So I can hold.
I'll do it when we sign off. Boom.
Okay. You guys heard it too. Everybody who's listening, hold them accountable. He's gonna be making a post right after this conversation about asking and accepting that help.
Because if I don't, I'm gonna leave this office and completely forget that I was supposed to do that. So I'm gonna do it as soon as. Matter of fact, look, y'all on my phone. I could do it at this moment. Go ahead.
No, let's be president of this. We'll do that. We'll do it after. And oh man, we're about to close up anyway.
Yeah, we're close.
Oh, go ahead.
We have a question for my cousin, actually. She says, where do you get funding? Do you get grants or work through vocational rehab, etc.?
No, funding is actually, we're funded by the state, Medicaid, pretty much, which is why COVID was tough, because we have what is called in New Jersey, we have, I'm blanking, but the consumers have to be here in order for you to get paid. So if the consumers aren't here, you don't get paid. But the government is kind of handing out a monthly stipend of a little bit, well under half of what you would usually make. So you kind of gotta take what they give and figure out the rest, kind of situation. And you know, but it's Medicaid primarily is where we get paid from, through the consumers. Excuse me. They all have a budget, and within that budget, there's day program budget, and they have other budgets. But they have money set for day programs, so it comes from Medicaid through the consumer.
I actually had a question. A question for you, based upon this, when you mentioned earlier about your wife calling you the autism whisperer. Have you ever, and especially right now with COVID, because you said like one of the challenges of COVID, have you ever thought about potentially just showing you, like offering like online services, or let's say like some tutorials for people out there, for these parents who there's a lot of parents out there who are struggling with their children's behaviors and things like that, but just showing a way of being their own autism whisperers in their home.
I thought about that after I did the book, kind of. It's interesting because like I do plan on doing that, but for myself, like, this business is my baby. Yeah. So I kind of got to make sure that my baby's growing up healthy, and you know, before I could go venture off and help take care of somebody else's kids.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah,
make
yeah.
sure my kids is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, that's a great question. And I definitely do plan on, doing, especially after I'm certified. This will be a lot easier to do things when I'm certified. Next year. I should be certified next year after I take this test. But yeah, no, I definitely do plan on doing that, And then, like, again, if people are watching this and they do reach out, to, like, my website is www.D.D.A.W.L, like just this.com. If you do reach out and ask questions, I'll answer questions because I've had people inbox me and ask me questions before because they see what I'm doing. And it's people that we know, it's people that we don't know. And yeah, nice. Yes, this is perfect right there. Yep. And I'll take the time out to answer questions, and try to help people as much as I can. So that's a great question, Dell. And yeah, I do plan on doing that eventually. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, man. Because you're doing something powerful.
Thank you.
It's definitely one of those things that are needed.
Yeah.
Out there for a lot of families out there.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
With the theme of there is a way to be able to get through any situation. And more of what we're just talking about, here's a solution to be able to get through these things.
Yeah,
and
man.
You do it effortlessly, but like you're effortlessly, it takes other people a lot of effort to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I definitely see that, like, motivational speaker or something like that. Like, I started off watching E.T., bro. I know you probably Eric Thomas, you know what I mean? That was my dude for a minute. When I went to the gym, that's why I was listening. So he's like, you can do it. I'm like, yeah. That's my man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. He throws some gems out there. So I could definitely see myself doing that one day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Once my baby is grown a little bit and I've handed her over to a new executive director, and I'm kind of like shifting back. I'm definitely here for that. So
looks like your brother's already there.
Yeah. He's being shaped and molded. You know that. He's being molded. He's being molded. You know how that is. We're gonna have
to see the universe at play. It's pretty cool. Like
man. Yeah, definitely. So yeah.
It's been a great conversation. It's been over an hour already, and I know you already shared your website. And one parting words, like we like to say for our guests to share with our audience, if you had one parting word for people to take home, to be able to digest and really to help people to propel forward in this moment, what would that message be for you? The one message.
This is a message that I think I'm gonna continue to share. I also shared it on Chrissy's podcast too. Honestly, I just feel like, and it's easier said than done. I don't think people realize this, but happiness is a choice. It's nothing that it takes work like everything else. But it also is healthier. It's better than being angry. Work on your happiness, like work on being happy, like and it's not saying that it's going to be easy because you associate the word happy with smiles and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, that comes after the work. So work on being happy with who you are, with where you are, and with what you're doing. It's easier said than done, but trust me, in the long run, I feel like you'll be better off. Shit, man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your time, brother. It was great connecting.
Yeah, man.
Sharing what you shared. It's been profound. I am going to be integrating this. What about you?
Likewise.
Nice. Thank you.
And thank you for everybody who listened live. But of course, you can catch this on YouTube. You can catch it on Spotify and also Apple, iTunes. And if this message touched you and it's been profound, what I like to do is, because I like to raise the water of the collective with powerful messages to help each and every one of us to get better in our lives. So with that said, if this touched you like how it touched me, share this with one person, one person that can benefit from this. And just imagine this continue to share powerful messages with that one person, all of us doing that to see what happens in life. It goes back to what Ty just said about happiness. This was a happy happy as fuck conversation.
Word. Fuck yeah. Word. Hell yeah.
Yes. Can't do a podcast without dropping fuck in it.
Thank you, Betty. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So thank you guys. And as always, stay magical.